Growing up, my parents had this crazy one rule that they used to drive me just crazy. Every time the door opened, I would hear, "Are you going out to play?" Yes. Okay, well, hey, Junior, either stay in the house or go back outside. You are letting out all the cold air. Now, listen, as a kid, that makes absolutely no sense. The house felt the same, the air felt the same. Nothing seemed to actually change. But when I moved out on my own and opened that first electric bill, everything clicked. See, that's when the dots actually connected. It wasn't about the door, it was about the cost of inefficiency. I couldn't see it yet. It was about responsibility showing up before understanding actually does. Therefore, I realized something very important. Some things only make sense once you're accountable for the actual outcome. And that's exactly what happens on your first day as a project manager. Yes, you're new. You walk into the organization and immediately notice things that really just don't make sense. Processes feel clunky, decisions feel slow, workarounds feel, let's be honest, they're not necessary. But instead of recognizing that fresh perspective as an advantage, most new project managers do the exact obvious opposite. They assume they're missing something, so they stay quiet. They doubt what they see. Therefore, the organization loses one of the greatest assets, and I do mean the greatest assets, a set of unbiased eyes that aren't emotionally attached to how things have always been done. And this is where the first day lie actually starts and picks up. See, the lie is believing that because you're new, you shouldn't have problems yet. In reality, that's exactly why you see them, which leads us to the first principle every new project manager needs to understand. Your role is to connect dots. Others are too close to see. When you're new, you're not blind, you're unbiased. You're not inexperienced, you're unconditioned. And that's the perspective is a leadership advantage. You will learn how to use it. Principle number one, your role is to connect the dots. Others are too close to see. Oh, I like that, family. On day one, you're the only person not emotionally attached to how things have always been done. That distance is not a disadvantage. It's actually your leverage. Your value isn't in execution yet, it's in perspective. Why is this important? New PMs often feel pressure to act fast to prove value, but that's premature action and it usually fixes the wrong problem. Seeing patterns before proposing solution prevents wasted effort and your credibility is basically lost. Experiment with these actionable tips. Map stakeholders, decisions, and dependencies without proposing changes for the first 2 weeks. Let me say this because this has nothing to do with just being a new project manager, because in my eyes, a new project manager to me is somebody that is an individual that's starting with a new organization. Maybe it's a new team. Maybe you have a new manager. Maybe you just have, it's a whole lot of different concepts around that. But the point of it all, we're all new PMs. Every time you pick up a new project, you are really, in a sense, a new PM, unless you know the environment. Okay, that's my little rant. Here's my next actionable tip I love for you to experiment with. After meetings, write down what felt just misaligned or unclear instead of what needs to be fixed. Here's my professional advice, family. Strong project managers observe systems before intervening. Weak ones, well, they rush to demonstrate usefulness and lose trust early. And once you realize your value isn't an immediate answer, the next challenge becomes internal, staying calm when you don't have what it takes yet. And when I mean what it takes yet, I meaning that you just have some questions and concerns, as my auntie would say, that it's just not adding up. Principle number two, confidence is not certainty. It's composure in uncertainty. Oh, I like that, family. See, confidence on day one doesn't mean knowing the plan. It means staying steady while the plan is steadily forming. Teams read your emotional state more than your actual words. Why is this important? People don't expect perfection from a new PM. They expect stability. Composure signals leadership even when clarity hasn't arrived. Experiment with these actionable tips. Replace "I'm not sure" with "let me clarify that before we decide." Next one, Slow your speaking pace in meetings, especially when pressure rises. Here's my professional advice, family. Composure is learned through restraint. The less you rush to fill silence, the more authority you project. And most anxiety on day one isn't caused by uncertainty itself, but by assumptions made inside. Principle number three: imposter syndrome spikes when expectations are assumed instead of clarified. Oh, this is about to get good, family. See, when expectations are vague, your mind fills in the gaps with self doubt. Clarity, though, dissolves fear faster than any reassurance ever will. Why is this important? Unspoken expectations create imaginary standards you don't have an opportunity to meet, or you won't even show up to the actual meeting. Okay, I'm being facetious here. The point I'm trying to drive, family, is clarifying success criteria gives you something real to aim at. Experiment with these actionable tips. Ask your manager, what does success look like here in the first 30 days? Next one, confirm decisions in the meeting instead of guessing who owns what. What does that look like? Hey, John, I know that you said that you're going to provide us the document that we need by Tuesday. Is that still doable? Yes. That's a decision we've confirmed, and we'll send out a meeting recap to actually outline that. Here's my professional advice, family. Clarity is a leadership move. High performers ask questions early instead of apologizing later. Once expectations are clear, how you move matters more than how fast you move. Principle number four: early credibility comes from clarity, not speed. See, speed without understanding creates churn. What is churn? Meaning turnover. What is churn? Meaning people are turned off. Ooh, I like that. See, clarity creates alignment. Onboarding is not a race. It's just a collaboration period. Why is this important? Teams trust PMs who make things understandable, not those who rush timelines before understanding the constraints. This is why I always tell you, family, I understand you just got your CAPM. I understand you just got your PMP, but you have to also understand of the people you are working with, your project team, your stakeholders, to know where they're at. So just don't come in and start talking all of this PM language or lingo and they are confused. We have to boil it down so it makes sense for them. And then we can give them the technical term of which it aligns of what we're asking. Okay, I know I'm on my rant today, but it's worth it. Here, experiment with these actionable tips. Summarize meetings in plain language instead of adding new action items. Next one. Ask, what problem are we solving before discussing solutions? Here's my professional advice, family. Fast decisions are only respected when they're grounded in a shared understanding. And that clarity you bring isn't about expertise. It's actually about structure. Principle number five: you were hired to bring structure. And not to know everything. I know all my intelligent, my geniuses out there. Matter of fact, let me just say this. This was me. I had to learn this the hard way. So you're getting something for free, meaning something for free as far as what I had to go through. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. I know that sounded like a Jay-Z line, and it was. But the point I am trying to make, family, is that it's important that you don't need to know everything, nor should you want to know everything. Because if we look at what a project is, what it is temporary endeavor. And that means if it's temporary endeavor and it's unique, that means you shouldn't know everything. See, your job is to organize ambiguity, not eliminate it on day one. Structure gives teams confidence, even when answers are incomplete. Why is this important? Teams feel safer when work has shape, rhythm, and visibility. Knowledge grows over time. Structure must exit immediately. Experiment with these actionable tips. Establish a consistent, and I do mean consistent, meeting cadence before proposing changes. Next one, introduce a simple, and I do mean simple, decision log or action tracker early. Here's my professional advice, family. Structure creates psychological safety. Now that's real leadership, not expertise flexing, not saying this is what I know. Matter of fact, let me just say this. This is where the lie shows up and tries to derail you. Principle number six: the lie is believing you must arrive as the expert instead of growing into the leader. See, leadership is not delivered fully formed on day one, it is earned through judgment, presence, and learning under pressure. Why is this important? Believing you must be the expert creates anxiety. It creates overcompensation. It creates a disconnect from, oh, watch this, family, of who you are becoming to who you are now. What do you mean by that, ED? Let's unpack that. Unpacking that is saying that right now, you are not the leader you need to be for this particular team. And the only way that you will be able to become that leader over time is to be able to be engaged, is able to be able to watch this, family, listen more than you actually talk. See, growth oriented leaders give themselves room to evolve. Oh, this is getting good. Experiment with these actual tips. Say, I'll follow up instead of forcing an actual answer. Next one, keep a learning log of what you discovered about the organization. I always share with you, family. Keeping notes of what you've learned through various organizations that you work with gives you an opportunity to grow. And reason why I say that, because you get a chance to learn what you did at another organization or even department that either worked well or didn't work well, and how you could improve it next time. Here's my professional advice. Expertise impress briefly, but you know what compounds? Leadership compounds definitely. See, part of growing into leadership is understanding the system you stepped into. Principle number 7, every organization already has momentum before you arrive. I like that. See, because projects are moving along before you even join. Ignoring that momentum creates resistance. Respecting it, you know what you just did? You've just created influence. And why is this important? Change sticks when it works with the existing motion, not against it. Experiment with these actionable tips. Ask, what's already working that we should protect? And next one, identify informal influencers, not just formal leaders. Here's my professional advice, family. Leaders adapt to systems before reshaping them. And understanding momentum allows you to focus on what actually matters first. Principle number 8, you don't need to prove value on day one, but you do need to demonstrate judgment. See, judgment shows up in what you delay, what you prioritize, what you choose not to change yet. Why is this important? See, early restraint builds long term trust. Teams follow PMs who choose wisely and not loudly. Experiment with these actionable tips. Delay one critical decision until you gather more context. Next one, publicly prioritize one thing instead of juggling 10. And family, here's my professional advice. Judgment is the quiet signal of a senior leader. And that is where new project managers believe that proving yourself comes before understanding yourself in the actual role that you're in. And it doesn't. Here's the truth, family. You don't earn trust by proving yourself. You earn trust by demonstrating judgment. See, this is when imposter syndrome fades, when clarity replaces assumption and leadership replaces urgency. Some lessons don't make sense until responsibilities show up. The first day as a project manager is definitely one of those. If this resonates with you, don't rush past it. Choose one principle. Practice it intentionally this week. And if you know a project manager who's questioning themselves right now, send this episode their way. Because, see, for those that are looking to build confidence, judgment, and leadership depth over time, it starts with this episode, and the next step starts with my mentoring and coaching. Link is in today's episode. If you're new to the episode, I go by the name of ED. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, hey, listen, that just simply means Ed. Until next time.